Hey, this is Manny Fresh with another video. Today I'm going to show you guys how to install and create a Windows 10 installation media USB drive. So the first thing you need a 8 GB USB drive or higher in order to create the installation media USB drive. Once you got that connected to your computer and you want to download the tool on the website here, which I'll be putting on the description. Once you download the media creation tool, you want to go ahead and double click it. And it's going to load everything that you need. This will take some time depending on the computer specs and also your internet connection. Okay, so from here you want to go ahead and click accept. And wait for that to finish. One thing I recommend doing is going over to your computer or this PC. And then what I'm gonna do is this is my USB drive that I have. I recommend doing a format. So if you right click and click format, don't do a quick format if you don't have to. I'd rather do a regular format and then give it a name, a volume label for your USB drive. And one thing to pay attention is my recommendation is for the file system to make it NTFS if you can. Now the difference between FAT32 is you cannot transfer a file that's more than 4 GB. With NTFS, there's no size restriction, but just to be safe, do an NTFS format if you can. So once you format the drive, you want to continue on with the setup. If you do upgrade this PC now, that means that you probably are into Windows 7 or Windows 8, and you could just upgrade it without creating the USB drive. But in our case, we're gonna create the installation media. Select your, by default, it's gonna select the options there for you. Then you click next. The USB flash drive option is what we need. This is basically to reformat the drive and make it bootable. This option here is basically to download the Windows 10 ISO file. So if you just need the Windows ISO file, which is the installation file, you could click that and we'll download it for you. We're just gonna select this one here. Since we format the drive should appear here. If not, you could refresh the list. If it's not showing at all, you could probably close the menu, go back to your PC, make sure your drive is showing and that it's formatted properly. I already did the drive, so in this case you will click next and then it will continue downloading the files and creating the drive for you. Okay, so once you create the drive, the next step is to restart your computer. And then once you restart your computer, you would have to access the BIOS menu. The BIOS menu has a boot order screen and options that will allow you to specify the USB hard drive to be the primary device from all the devices in your computer. So I'm gonna show you how it will look like. Basically, this is how a basic BIOS will look like. In this one, you go on the boot, and then you will select removable devices or USB removable devices and put it to the top of CD-ROM drive if that was the case. And then I think you could change the values with the plus minus sign in some of them. Now, not everybody got the same BIOS menu, so you would definitely need to research how to access your BIOS menu. If you got any type of computer, usually you will press F1, F2, F8, F10 or F12, or even escape for some of them. But once you figure it out, you could go ahead and set up the drive to be the primary one. In my case, I'm just gonna go ahead and use VMware. I have a virtual machine that I want to use. So this is how my system looks like so far. I specified to select my USB drive to boot up from and connect it to the system. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and restart it. So once you set up the USB to be the primary device to boot up from, then this is what you're gonna get on the next screen. And this is basically the Windows setup waiting to load. Again, this might take a few minutes to load. Alright, so the Windows setup has finished loading. You could leave everything default. If you need to change anything, you could do so, and then click next. If you need to repair your computer, you could click that and it will access specific options to repair your computer if it's not booting up. In our case, we're gonna select install now. Alright, the next screen is gonna ask you to enter a product key. And again, depending on your product key, if it's a Windows 10 Home key or a Windows 10 Pro key, it would automatically detect and install the appropriate system. I don't have a product key, so I'm just gonna go ahead and click here. And you could select from the different Windows 10 installation types. So I'm just gonna stick with Windows 10 Pro. Next screen, you want to accept the license terms. If you have Windows 7 or Windows 8 or any Windows before Windows 10, you will click upgrade to keep all of your files, all your users and everything else, and just go ahead and upgrade. The custom installation is what I will be using. In here, if you already have Windows and you want to wipe it out, basically you would do delete and then format and then new to create a new partition. In this case, I don't have anything installed on this drive, so this drive is completely empty. So I'm just gonna select it and click next. And it's gonna start installing Windows 10 for me. Once this installation finishes, that's basically it. You're gonna continue setting up your login username and setting up some options to be able to finally load Windows 10. So this is how you create and install Windows 10. If you have any issues, any comments, leave them below. Thank you for watching and please subscribe to my channel.